there's hidden power inside your shoes. I just found an unexpected upgrade that not only improves my power output, but made my long rides more comfortable too. And it has nothing to do with my frame, my group set, or my training plan. In fact, it's something most of us ignore every single time we clip in. Your shoes are the weakest link in your entire bike setup. There's a literal piece of foam sitting between your power and the pedal. I replaced this flimsy filler with a structural component, and it changed my power delivery more than any carbon fiber part ever could. After changing this one thing, my power transfer felt connected. I'm seeing a measurable difference in how my legs actually talk to the bike, especially when I'm deep into a 9-hour ride. For years, I thought my setup was perfect. I didn't have foot pain, I didn't have numbness. I thought the stock insoles in my expensive shoes were doing their job. Or more accurately, I gave them zero thought. But that was a mistake. It turns out most of us are essentially bleeding watts into a piece of cheap foam without even realizing it. The fix is a set of SQlab Insoles. Now before you write this off as a comfort product for sore feet, just wait. This isn't about padding, it's about leverage. Stick with me for 30 seconds because we're all out here chasing 2-watt marginal gains with ceramic bearings. This one simple change fixes a massive mechanical failure that's likely costing you 10 times that. The second I slid these in, the sensation changed completely. Usually when you climb, you feel all that pressure concentrated right on the ball of your foot. Pay attention to this on your next ride. This is a tiny stressed contact point. But with the SQlab tech, the pressure didn't just sit there. For the first time, I could feel my entire foot engaged in the stroke, delivering power across the whole platform. It turns out, stock insoles tend to collapse under load. And that fine feeling you have, it's actually wasted energy. Here is the actual science of why your foot is likely leaking power right now. Most stock insoles are basically just a thin layer of foam designed to make your shoes feel plush in the store. But the second you put real force into the pedals, especially on a 10% grade, that foam collapses. I didn't realize it, but I was pedaling on a pivot point. All my energy was bottlenecked through the ball of my foot. The way SQlab insoles are contoured, it's like the shoe finally fits the actual 3D shape of my foot. Instead of a single pressure point, the power delivery felt distributed. It was like the difference between pushing with a finger and pushing with your full palm. The rigid arch support is the key differentiator here. The insoles are built on a fiberglass foundation that completely supports your foot. This isn't a one-size-fits-all situation. They come in various shapes and sizes to fit your foot precisely. They recommend you draw a line around your foot, pushing the tip of the pen as far under your foot as possible. The resulting shape will tell you if you have a high, medium, low, or flat arch. The next step is to determine if you are bow-legged, straight-legged, or are knock-kneed. By tracing your foot and checking your leg alignment, you're dialing in the perfect fit. For me, the size 46 medium insoles provided the missing link. It filled that void under my foot that I didn't even realize was there. But how does this actually feel on the bike? On my first big test, a 9-hour endurance ride, the difference was night and day. Beyond just comfort, my entire pedal stroke felt locked in. Because the insole prevents your arch from collapsing, my knees tracked in a perfectly straight line. No more lateral power leak, just pure vertical force. Even my back felt fresher, simply because my hips weren't constantly correcting for an unstable foundation. While it's notoriously difficult to quantify a specific wattage gain in the real world, the subjective difference is massive. Out of all the gear I've tested, I can't think of another upgrade that has fundamentally changed the way the bike feels under power as much as these have. I've tried various aftermarket insoles over the years with an underwhelming result. So I didn't see this coming at all when SQlab sent these to me to try out. Yes, these were given to me, but there was no obligation for a video and they had zero input into what I said in this video. I truly do love these. In fact, I love these so much, I put a second pair in my mountain bike shoes. But my personal preference aside, there's a massive performance gap most of us are completely ignoring. We spend thousands on carbon wheels and aero frames to save a few watts. Meanwhile, we're losing those same watts through a flimsy piece of foam inside our shoes. If you feel like your power is leaking out of your feet, feel disconnected after mile 50, stop looking at your drivetrain and start looking at your insoles. Now I know what you're thinking. $100 for a pair of insoles sounds like a lot. But when you look at the dollars per watt ratio compared to a $3,000 wheel set or $500 ceramic bottom bracket, the performance to price value here is actually pretty impressive. It's arguably the cheapest way to make your existing setup feel brand new. I've put the link to the SQlab Insoles in the description where you can learn more about the fit process and find the right insoles for your feet. You'll be glad you did. If you found this video helpful, I'm constantly testing new gear just like this to see if it actually lives up to the hype. Hit that subscribe button and join the channel. I'm on a mission to find the best gear possible. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the trails.
Tries online channels to the morning. Once engaged, I know I'm done. Algorithm that's